So I ran into a very interesting video, and it's, this guy who interviews random people on the streets, and let's get into it.
You need to earn it by being that dude.
How old are you?
23.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Because I love life.
So you're not looking for a man now, or no?
So she's single because she loves life, not because the guys that she wants who are very attractive are running through all the girls and they don't want to settle with her. So, or because the rich guys also, every young girl, every old girl wants them and they really don't want to settle down. No, she's just single because she loves life. Let's continue.
Why not?
Because I'm just okay. Right now I'm living, I'm only 23. Life is short.
Do you want to settle down one day eventually, or no?
Yeah, probably like before I'm 30, 35.
Get that part. She's only going to settle down when she's not 30, 35. You understand? 30, 35. That's when a certain type of guy who couldn't have her this time can have her. Because when you're young and you're all 23-year-olds, most guys are not that attractive. You're not that assertive. You don't have the resources. You don't have the lifestyle that this girl would want even to give you a one-night stand. So when you're now 30 as a guy and you're starting to make some money, starting to figure out your career, and she sees that, oh, that guy I didn't want, I want him. That's when she's saying she would want to settle down. Understand? Let's continue.
So 35 is like the sweet spot. Let's get married, let's have kids.
Yeah.
But what do you plan on doing up until then?
Living my life. Traveling, accomplishing goals in life, making money, just building a future for myself and whatever comes with it.
Let's be honest. Living life, traveling, who's paying for those trips? For most girls, I'm not saying they're not girls who come from rich families or who are making money at 23, but how many are they? How many girls who are 23-year-old who are making their own money to afford trips? So who's paying for these trips? When she's saying living a life,
Be honest. You're 35. Do you think that men are going to be going for a woman who's that age, or are they going to be going for the younger girls?
I see it go always. It just depends. Everyone does it. There's people getting married at like 60 and 70 nowadays. Who cares?
Doesn't mean that you want to be married at 60, though.
That doesn't matter. Whatever life brings me. I'm not, some people are too focused on finding love, and I'm not really one of those people.
women have this advantage over men where their beauty is the very important asset in dating because guys are very visual. So they can have this delusional mindset of, I'm not really looking for love. I don't care. I just want to have fun, have one night stands with this type of guy. And because when this guy's asking that, oh, will men want younger women, not just men. There are two types of guys. There are guys who are invisible to women. These are the broke guys, the guys who didn't hit the genetic lottery. These guys, when women say men cheat and men are toxic, they're not even talking about you guys. These, 60-70% of men who are not attractive and are not resourceful, they are not counting you. They're talking about the guys who hit the genetic lottery, who are very good looking. Those guys can be broke. The women will deal with them. And the guys who are rich. So what percentage of men are those who can actually play in the dating game? Because when a man starts to make money, now he has options to decide whether he wants to date a 21-year-old or 28-year-old, which most of the times guys are going to choose the younger girl. Men are visual, men are attracted to youth for many reasons. Women are attracted to successful men, and successful men tend to come with age because the resources are hard to acquire. The things that make you attractive as a man take time to acquire. So now this is where the scam starts. Now let me play you the next video. You're going to understand where the scam for you as a young man will start.
Because when I asked myself that question, quite honestly, about 2 years ago, the answer was no. I don't think so. About 2 years ago, I was out here in these streets. I was for the streets, built by the streets. Drinking, partying, smoking, one night standing, and living exactly however the fuck I wanted to live. And as fun as it seemed on the outside, let me tell you, I was dead on the inside. I was so sad all the time. Oh my God. That's when I started going to church. Started to ask more questions of the Lord and why the fuck you put me on this planet, because like, what's this? This is a mess. And randomly one day I asked myself a question. I was thinking about the love of my life, my future husband, the father of my children. I always pictured myself with this like big, trapped in, quietly confident, strong, healthy, loving man. And for the first time in my life, I thought about it and was like, I don't know if that man would actually find you attractive.
So when she was young, she was living this life, having one night stands, partying, being invited to different events. These are things that you can never have as a young average young man. You can't have these things because you have no resources, you have nothing to bring to the table. For you to be invited to certain places as a man, you have to be bringing something to the table. Your father is a somebody, you are a somebody. You bring something to the table, you're actually attractive. And majority of guys don't have this when they're young, but girls have the beauty to be invited on boats, on different trips, because guys initiate and actually create fun for girls. Like, we're going here, we're doing this, we're gonna have a boat, you wanna come, bring your friends, and then these people have one night stands. You as a man, when you're young, you cannot participate. You're focused on building yourself up. It hurts you when these girls are rejecting you, telling you you're too short, you're not my type, I see, you are nice, you deserve somebody, but that person is just not me, right? And then when you start to make some money, this girl sees, what is it that I can do now to get this guy who I never wanted when he was young? Let me go to church. Because you're a church boy, you were a nerd. She comes to church, starts to change your image, she's in praise and worship, and then you marry this woman who's been through. How many men have slept with her, have gone knee deep in her? Because if the woman that you're going to marry, the woman that's going to be the mother of your kids, is ran through. How many guys have sex tapes? Today we live in the era of iPhones. How many guys out there have sex tapes? How many guys out there have seen her naked? How many guys out there have told her, drink morning after pills, I don't want a baby? How many guys out there have asked her to have an abortion? Some of them have even had STDs that have been treated and might have affected their ability to have kids. And now, just when she has discovered that, you know what? I lived my life, I wasted my early 20s. I need you now to settle down. This is where you're ashamed as a man. They'll start to say, oh, small dick energy. Oh, you're immature. Because you are starting to want younger girls now. You're now 30, you're making money. Now you're like, no, I want to date a 21, 22, 23-year-old. Now, I want to go on boats as well and enjoy life. I want to travel as well. But I want to travel with a girl who's fun, who's young. Now they will shame me and say, no, let's settle down and have kids. Because that's my dream. Because your sexual strategy as a man has to be aligned with the woman. If it's not, you're going to be shamed. And guess what? Especially if you come from an African home, there's just a certain type of girl that even if she was a church girl, her own history, your own mother will not even approve of her. And any African guy knows that. Because women know the scam. They're like, no, why would you want her? She was out there showing your body. There is no sexual temperance. Because as a man, even if you don't have sexual temperance, when you are young, no one wants you, so it doesn't matter. All you can do is masturbate to porn. There's nothing else you can do. What else can you do? No girl wants you. So when you are starting to build your status up, why would you settle down with someone who's been for the streets? Which is a majority of the modern woman now. Bro, you need to do your homework, relax, and find you a girl who is also, doesn't have a history. She's concerned with your future. You have to be concerned with her past. That's just how it is. That's just how the game goes. So that's why CGA explained something here. Let's watch CGA explain something.
Okay. So this is for all of my single over 30 people. Is anybody else just over this hookup culture? I mean, I get it. I'm online. I'm trying all these things, but like, what happened to romance? What happened to, a little bit of chivalry? Whatever happened to all of the nice things that men used to do instead of everyone asking us, what are you doing? Can I come through? Is there any real men out there at all? I don't know. Help me out.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that. Romance and fantasy, the story ends. When the movie ends and the credit rolls, that means the fantasy's over. So yes, what happened to all the nice things men used to do? Well, we got walked all over you when you were riding the carousel in hookup culture. You don't remember that, do you? You don't remember that. When you were riding the carousel, I'm too young to commit.
And that's you.
Now that's me. All right, now that's me. Aren't you tired? You're 32 years old. Aren't you done playing games? Aren't you tired of just hooking up with random women? Nope.
I'm not tired. Most guys, by the time they get to 30, have not even hooked up with a lot of women because when they were young, no one wanted them. They didn't have the status and the looks that are needed for you to date. Only a small percentage of guys are enjoying sexual access to all the women. So when this man is now finally, he's now attractive. Finally, he can now dress in a way that makes him look better. Finally, he can afford a gym membership. Finally, he can afford that lifestyle where he can take her, go on dates, take her on boats, take her on trips. And then this woman comes and says, settle down with me. Let's have a family. Monogamy. But you fucking went when you were young. You were not monogamous. You were dating multiple guys. You had a young guy who was attractive that you could walk with on campus. You had another guy who was financing you who was older. You had multiple guys filling different roles for you in your life. And then now you want monogamy from me.
I'll never get tired of it. Okay, I'm never going to get tired of it. No, I'm not. Don't you want to give your time equally for one person and just cuddle and have fun? Nope. No, I already know that trap. Out here playing games and playing the field. Aren't you getting sick of hookup culture? Aren't you getting tired of it, guys? I mean, really, it's just hookup culture. I've been doing it since I was 16 years old. I've been smuggling salami for the last 16 years. I mean, I'm tired of it. Aren't you? No, ma'am. I'm just getting started. Ma'am, listen, when you were 16, you were out here highly desirable. I had to work my ass off until I was 25 to get 2 pieces of peace leave. So I'm not sick of hookup culture. No, I'm just getting started. All right. You had your fun for 15 years, 2 decades. I mean, aren't you getting tired of this playing? Don't you get lonely? Nope.
The truth of the matter is this that I'm going to tell you, bro. It's not about you starting to be successful in running through girls. That's not what we're talking about. But if you as a man have been rejected since you were young, you were not invited to anything, no girl wanted you when you were young, you build yourself up, you use that pain to build yourself up, you use that rejection, you turn that pain into energy, like, you know what, I'm going to show these people, right? Now you're starting to build your life. It's not about joining your cup culture. It's not about running through girls, but it's about now that you started to make it, at least pick a wife that is respectable. A wife that has not been for the streets. You don't need to save these hoes, bro. You don't need to. They are not going to save you when you have nothing, when you have no resources, when you have no looks, when you are young. They will not save you. No girl who's out here running through, having one night stands, who's out here popping bottles with rich men is going to come to you and say, you know what? You are a nerd. You are not that attractive. I really don't like you, but guess what? I'm going to let you touch a boob today. I'm going to sleep with you just so that you can release. You've been masturbating too much. She won't save you at a peak. Why should you save her at your peak? Go and pick a girl who is actually young, who has not been through all this trauma from different dicks, and pick that girl, make it the mother of your kids. It's not about going through hookup culture. I am saying to you, when you've worked hard as a man and the world has rejected you, at least pick to provide and protect for a woman who also has sexual temperance. You don't need to save no one who's been for the streets, bro. You understand? And if hookup culture is what you want, don't be shamed as well, because no one shames these girls when they are having fun and going through clubs, popping bottles with rich men, popping bottles with different guys, telling you that, you know, you're too young, you're too short, you're this, I can't have you. I deserve this top man who's a celebrity, who's this. Because when they're young, they have multiple guys going through them. And you know what feminists will say? Live your life, girl. So guess what? When you are now at your peak, bro, you have 2 choices. If you want to settle down, pick a good wife. If you want to live the fast life, don't let any feminist shame you. Live your life and have fun as well until you want to settle down. You understand? You deserve to pick what you want as a man as well. You don't have to align your dating strategy with any girl. You're a sovereign individual with goals and desires. And bro, pick what you want. Be honest with yourself. There are risks that come with hookup culture. If that's what you choose, understand that as well. Right? But if you want to settle down, you're going to miss out on certain things that come with hookup culture. It's a choice. But at the end of the day, pick what's best for you. Don't let anyone shame you. So till my next video, I'm out.